Hello everyone and welcome to Gavra Racing. And Gavra forgot to actually join the call, but it's absolutely fine now. It's all sorted. But hello everyone. It's season 6 here in the Super League, and we're here for round 1 around the twisty turvy, challenging and strategic Chinese Grand Prix here around Shanghai, and I can't wait. But unfortunately, there's no commentator to go alongside me. It's just me today, unfortunately, but there will be definitely someone next week. So we have 20 drivers, one grid, the 20 fastest drivers in the preliminary races. As you can see, I'm only 15 at the moment, but hopefully maybe someone comes up to join. So this is going to be an absolutely excellent season, I hope. So fingers crossed. So it's the Super League. Get your popcorn, get your seatbelts ready, because this is going to be a roller coaster season from here around China to Abu Dhabi for the final round of the Super League, to the final lap. And now we're going to be looking at who is on the lap right now. So we got some, whilst everyone's on in their out lap. Yeah, first time here for a while, but haven't been watching. Oh, hello to Rindav then. It's first taste here to see how the Super League Tier 1, by the way, goes by. But this is Tier 1, so as I just said, as we've got our reigning champion, defending champion, Zetic Orios, who's on his lap. I believe he's just basically abandoned it, but now we're just going on now with Volanic. I would say Volcanic, but it's Volanic. Now goes for the final corner. DS is now open as he goes fast. It's a 33.0, which is a pretty decent time for him, as MC Coeli is now about to start his lap, as O'Rainsy now gets P2, the season 4 weekend league champion, putting a lap time on the board at the moment, as we've got. And remember, it's full qualifying, so we're going to be here for Q1, Q2, Q3. It's going to be interesting how the drivers will navigate the tyre sets. Let's see if anyone's going to try and look on the soft tyres to Saint, the man who does have some fortune or misfortune at times, but hopefully he can try and pull something out of the bag this season. The British driver now on his out lap, looking to start his lap, maybe trying to beat Volanic's lap, as there's a yellow flag in sector 3 that's just slowing down and letting drivers past who are on flying laps. But yeah, a very, very interesting race at the moment. Wiggly Style's on the inters, and if you guys were wondering why is he on the inters, it's because to check as a Leo car, the season 4, I think, Academy League champion, or the reigning champion for the academies, jumped up to the Super League and has topped the time. She's a 32.1, a fantastic time for him. The Portuguese topping the timesheet set by about a second there, nearly a second, to Volanic, who's now entering the pits, as O'Rainsy as well. So I was just talking, why is Wiggly Salazar's MC Coeli, he's invalidated his lap on the final corners there. I just saw he was a bit on at wide, but at the moment, so I was just continuing. Wiggly Style is on the intermediates because it's just basically to make sure like the brakes are good, there's no issues with the wheel or anything, your input, or if you have a wheel then your brakes. But yeah, so it's gonna be absolutely amazing, as it's season 4, I believe. Yeah, season 4. So the title's season 6, but it's actually season 4. So my mistakes is someone I think I just spun. No, I just saw someone have a bit of an off, but I believe they have not spun. I'm not sure what happened there, but MC Coeli on the mediums, I'm not sure why, but Wiggly Style had to change to a set of softs, as MC Coeli has obviously invalidated on his flying lap, hence his on the final corner, which invalidates hit the current lap he was on and the next lap. So big hit in the face there for him. The man debuting here in the Super League, as well as Oriol. We've got Zetikorius, he hasn't set a lap yet. The two AlphaTauris, Shankster. Hello to Sayonara Boy 99. Saying let's go Pepe. I believe as now two Saints has now pushed to P2, so 6/10 are far from Leo Cat, as he's just 4/10 ahead, 400ths ahead of Rainsy. So Toussaint not on the pace right now, as there's someone behind me. On and out, that's Bonivo. He is now on an outlap at the moment. The British driver now starting to look past his co-commentator, who for the Premier Series. Hello, I'm a star kicker. As hello to Unique J. As he's subscribed for Prime for 3 months. So cheers to 3 months. Hello to Unique J, who's won the who nearly won the Premier Series. Hello to Steph Wise. That is Casteggel, who has won the Premier Series yesterday. If you want to see a two-setter Bolivo taking you around there, but at the moment it is Leo Cat, as our star kicker does go a 33 flat. Hello Unique, did you want to race through anything? That would be very difficult, Gavra. That would be difficult. Yeah. Unique J has been through a lot, but no assists. I remember there's no assists. As is there rain? No, it's not. I thought it was just rain because I saw some raindrops, but it's not raining at the moment. But O'Rainsy's on his 4 laps on his tyres. For goodness sake, his tyres will start to be deteriorating at some point. The Portuguese driver using the soft tyres to limits. I'm not sure if that's someone spinning. MC Coeli spun in despair as he's on an outlap on his used medium, so I'm not sure what he's doing there with the medium tyres. Maybe he's just having a look, but he has the previous pole positions for the Super League. So the reigning champions, Zetikorios, season 5 on pole position. Pearson Jacks with a season 4 pole position. Piero, the AlphaTauri driver, the Frenchman, season 3 on pole position. So at the moment, so who's going to be that season number 6? As that's someone spinning, that's Oriol. I think that he spun on the curb there. So just looking at yesterday and on Freshman League, when I was commentating, as now Pope goes fastest by 4/10. So Pope doing a fantastic lap. His teammate, the graphic designer for Gavra Racing, Instagram admin for Gavra Racing. Make sure you can follow there, Gavra Racing 91. Someone's put a big jump. That is Bonivo with a 32.3. As F1 Lover now going to be looking at the British driver. Let's see what he can do in his first taste of Super League. No assist, by the way. No ABS, no racing line, or not even traction control. As our drivers will have to be very, very careful on their throttles because they're just a little bit too much. That is a spin for you in your card. So now F1 Love going for the brake card for the hairpin for turn 15. It does keep that very clean. As now, that's a big, it loses the rear there. That's a bit of a big crash, but no damage for the British driver. But that as a big crash. It's someone as well spinning, or just slowing down Zetikorios. But O'Rainsy still going at it. 5 laps on these tyres, as well as Toussaint. So these drivers are maybe just doing some practice on those softs. No assist, sounds nice. Yeah, no assist, completely All assists are off, so basically elite difficulty for these drivers. So yeah, it's going to be very difficult for traction and all that to get that traction right. But now Piero, the Frenchman, which is probably third or fourth season in a row now in the Super League, so he's done amazing at the moment as the Frenchman now navigates through the very, very difficult turn right, left and right, is now into the straight, one of the longest straights in the calendar, to be honest, as now he goes through the straight. Now DRS open for the Frenchman, over 200 miles an hour, as now through the very, very difficult breakers over turn 15. It's very easy to lock up that right rear, right front as I go through the final corner. Now DRS open for the Frenchman. What is it going to be? A P3, 4 milliseconds behind Leo Cat, as Leo Cat has done a pretty decent lap. Piero doing a pretty good lap. Tiger, I'm not sure what he is, but unfortunately he couldn't make it. He told us that I couldn't make it, he had to do something. He's busy, yeah, he is busy at the moment. Second commentator didn't turn up, unfortunately. So I am just all by myself at the moment. I was not supposed to be commentator today. I was like, yeah, let's have a rest for today. But as there's someone spinning out, Cetic Oreos. Cetic Oreos has retired from the qualifying. Well, that is a big blow for the world champion. For him, who I was basically predicting he would get pole position. That is a big upset in the standings there, as that is big, very big. As our good news, Rangers finally pit, as well as Toussaint, on because they were on 3 lap stints, as well as Rangers was on 5. So yeah, very, very big stints there. So maybe they're just practicing the quali laps and that, just make sure how the car feels and that. So yeah, so Weekly Styles, as Zeticorio is the only McLaren driver going lone around the Shanghai circuit, has retired. Shanks now crosses the line. He's invalidated his lap, as well as his next one, so he's been invited out the final corner. So I'm just looking who's on lap. So F1 Lover's now on another lap. Let's see what can Britman do after his mistake. Can he own up on that mistake? F1 Lover now going through now the hairpin. Okay, very good at the moment, as now F1 Lover doing a pretty good first sector, now going through a very full throttle turn 7, foot to the floor there for the British driver. Now through the very difficult turn 6 and 7, I believe, as you hit the curve there, you could spin, as now pretty good exit from the very twisted turvy turn 8 and 9, now to turn 10, now turn 11, and now turn 13, I believe, and then now comes 14. Now coming into 14 now, into now turn 15, he goes. Now DRS is going to be open, as now the British driver now goes into the heavy braking zone. Easy to lock up the front right here, as it does not result in doing so. The British driver keeping those tyres out of worry zone, but now goes through the final corner. Make sure not invalidate there. Goes in pretty well now through the final corner. DRS for the British driver. That's P7 with a 32.9, as his teammate is about 1.2 seconds quicker than him. So at the moment, Shankster is under threat. The man runner-up in the Super League, the Premier Series Championship, is at the moment P15. He could be in big trouble here. Static Horus has left. As at the moment now, it's going to be a troublesome for him. All Rage is not going to make it, as now Pepe is the best. So Sayonara is now cheering on Starcake, who's not in the pits, but at the moment it is Pope leading a very healthy margin, I should say. Constructors' points across all the leagues would be cool. Yeah, there are Constructors' Championships for all leagues except for the Academy. Academy does it because it's multiplayer cars. Unique J. So yeah, that brings us to Q1 as Pope leads the way pretty comfortably without any stress or discomfort by 4/10. From Leo Car and Piero very closely by 4 milliseconds. And Bon Evil 2/10 behind as Toussaint takes P5. Pretty good first qualify for the British driver. Volanic with his debut qualify, I believe gets to through Q1 as well as O'Rainsy, F1 Lover, Star Kicker and Wiggly Star. I'm not sure about that, but now let's see. What can Shankster do? Has he invalidated? No, he has not. He's slowed down. That means he's out of Q1. As Robert qualified just in time for the race. Actually incorrect because it's full qualify with Q1. Q2 and Q3, I want to see who is out. I believe maybe the top 10 goes through. Or maybe the top 10 go through and then 11, 12, 13, 14, 15th are out of qualifying. As MC Coeli is out as well. But Wiggly Star, I believe, is safe. And goes through Q3 now on as well as his lap. So let's see what can he do. As now he's approaching now the final corner. And now he's going to foot to the floor now for the final corner. Make sure that Valde makes that pretty good. As now foot to the floor now, across the line. That's a pretty good lap, about 500ths ahead. As now that's a big jump. That's O'Rainsy P2. Fantastic lap from him, the Portuguese driver, making amends from his last qualifying lap and makes it to P2. So, at the moment, nobody's out, I believe. So, Pope at the moment is fastest from O'Rainsy, then Leo Cat, then Piero, Bonivo, Toussaint, Wiggly Star, Volanic, F1 Lover, and then Star Kicker as missed out on top 10 and not qualified yet. Oriole, MC Coeli, set scores as Shankster are still in here because I'm not sure what happened there, but Zeticoria's P14 and Shankster, runner-up in the Premier Series last season, P15, has now qualified to, or Q2 if you wish, rises up on our radar. So Q2 now. So what will the drivers attempt? So one of the drivers is left. There's 15. No, there's 14. So someone's left or something's happened. But at the moment, let's see what will the drivers do to test their luck. Maybe on the mediums. Let's see. Very, very shortly. So now I was going to be making setup adjustments and that compound of choice. Maybe all the drivers will go on the mediums, but maybe Shanks has done pretty smart there because he has not done a lap. No, I said that. So go Williams. So yeah, Volanic and Star Kicker are in the Williams as MC Coeli and Bonivo are in the Alpine. There's O'Rainsy and Oriole are in the Alpha. Leo Cat, Wiggly Star in the Ferrari. Piero and Shagster in the AlphaTauri. Pope and F1 Lover in the Aston Martin, as at the moment someone's just come out of the pit lane. And that is, I believe, O'Rainsy. Yeah, it is. O'Rainsy on the soft, so not going on the mediums. So he's now going out for his lap. As now someone else follows up, that's MC Coeli, who's on the soft as well. As now drives will be started to make their exit of their pit lane and start to make their first laps in Q2. So now I believe now the top 10 go through and then the 11, 12, 13 and 14th are out of Q2. So Now it's going to be the fight for the positions into Q3. But Reed's now going to be starting his lap first, as MC Coeli now as well follows him very closely. As now we've got a Ferrari of, I believe that's Leo Cat. Yes, there it is. He's on the mediums. Yes, he is. So Leo Cat joins in that party as a candidate going on the mediums. So maybe he's going to test his luck on those. But let's see what kind of anybody else do. As nobody else is out. That's F1 Lover now coming out of the pits on the soft tyres. As he now makes his exit out of the pit lane from his Aston Martin crew. As that's another driver, as that's, I believe, Star Kick, I believe, or Volanic. Yeah, it's Volanic actually, making his exit out to the pit lane. As now they're going to be starting their laps. As Volanic is on the mediums though. So he is on the mediums, joining. So everyone is on soft. So I'm just going to quickly look. So at the moment, Bon Evil, Wiggly Style, Star Kicker, Touche, Piero, Leo Cat, and Shankster have selected the mediums, but they haven't gone out for the lap yet. So let's see. Pope, F1 of his teammates as well, has got out on the soft. So pretty interesting tactics there. But now I was gonna see, believe already just abandoned his lap. What about MC Coeli? As now into the very difficult left and then right hander now into turn 14 now. Heading now 1 kilometer then into turn 15 now. Foot to the floor now for MC Coeli. As now he goes now into the hairpin. He brakes around 100 meters, make sure to not lock up. As he does that successfully, O'Reilly actually has not abandoned his lap. It looked like he did, but O'Reilly takes P1 32.6 as MC Coeli responds with 32.2. So mixing my words there, but MC Coeli takes P2 at the moment as he leads the time boards. Can anyone else respond? I'm not sure who is the closest to start lap. I believe Leo Cat now. And now going through turn 14 now with the DRS now. As now he's going to be approaching now turn number 15. F1 Lover now is on his lap as well. Let's just have a look at him before. As now F1 Lover now goes through now sector 2. And now he's going to enter sector 3. The 52.3, which is not that bad. As now he navigates turn 13 now to turn 14. It's long, very impatient right-hander now. Pretty decent exit. He goes a bit wide. That's invalidated his lap. He's got a bit wide there. That's forced him to invalidate that lap. What about Pope? Let's see what he could do in the Aston Martin. His fellow teammate, maybe he can make amends to the Aston Martin team now. Through turn 14 for the Britman. Is he going to make the same mistake as F1 Lover? No, he's not. He's going to keep it safe. As the Cat is P3 with 33.1. 5 times slower than O'Reilly on the soft. As the Cat's on the mediums. As our Pope has broke a bit late and forced him to bit too late, and then Pope has just cut a bit of that. Yeah, he's just cut a bit too much there, as that's forced him to that means he's invalidated his next lap. So a bit of a big corner cut there, but Oriol knows as well. Sorry, on his lap as now Oriol, as he makes a bit of a mistake, he's had a big crash. That's Oriol in the Alfa Romeo. That's a bit of a big whack in the barriers. at the exit of turn 11, as now Pope, as I for Lover passes him, as he does set a purple middle sector, as now he's continuing his lap, but he's actually on his lap, so Code Masters. Yes, so yeah, he has to be on a lap, so I'm just looking out. Toussaint is now on a lap, now through the hairpin. He successfully now goes. There's a bit of a wobble there for the British driver, as now through the left-hander now, just gotta be with pin 3 now. Make sure you don't go on that curb. That curb is pretty much an auto spin curb, as now he touches that curb successfully, does go out of that corner successfully. Now it did to turn number 13, turn 12, now 13, and now into 14, or maybe if this is a 14. So now into the straights we go now with Toussaint now over now 200 miles per hour, 315 kilometers per hour with the Mercedes. Now into the hairpin we go into 15. He's not locked up his tyres, as now he does get a pretty good exit out of 15. Now into turn 16. He's done that pretty nice, flat to the line. What is it? It's a P3, a 33.0, 800s ahead of Leo Cat. So Leo Cat is now on an outlap as well. So F1 Lover is pitted as well as Born Evil, as I'm weekly still with a 33.5, 4/10 behind his teammate Leo Cat, as Wiggly Style has got to make some work here. Swedish driver hoping to make some amends on his. That was a star kicker slowing down there, I think, to let Toussaint past, who's on a lap. Who's not on the lap actually, so yes, the star kicker just let him pass. As someone spinning at Shankster in the AlphaTauri. Piero now goes through the final corner with DRS, and he gets P5 by about 300ths adrift ahead of Wiggly Style, as he's about 4/10 behind Leo Cat, as Leo Cat now with the DRS, but he's still on that outlap, which has been a very long outlap for the Portuguese driver, but now he's finally now making the final corner. As now that's someone spinning out, so Raincy spinning around the long left, after the long left hander, I believe, at the exit of it. So alright, you're going to watch out now, because there's, I believe, F1 Lover now there's now his teammate Pope is now approaching the zone, but now Ridge has got out of that incident successfully, as now F1 Lover now into the second sector, but he's on his outlap, as I forgot to see that. But who is not on an outlap is Volanic, who's on a lap right now, 24.3 in the first sector, and now into the very long left-hander for the Williams driver, number 66. Spot that on the Williams car now. He goes through now turn 10 and now 11, 12 now, and now into turn 30, pretty big braking zone, and now into 14 now, as now is going to be a bit flat out now, pretty much nearly flat out there, because if you go full throttle, you'll lose the rear and you'll spin and result. So Zetic has not been out yet, so I'm not sure what's happened to Zetic, but I believe he's not got out yet for his lap, so I'm not sure if he's joined his session yet. But Shankster's actually on the lap now, so Shankster are having a bit of problems for this on this circuit. He has a bit of problems validating versus that. He's got a 52.4 in the middle sector, as that is a purple sector for Shankster. So Shankster doing pretty well in the AlphaTauri, Volanik goes fourth fastest, so 32.8. For him, as to say behind him goes on a 33.0. So at the moment, to say doing pretty good, about 2.5 tenths behind Volanik, and look at 18 milliseconds ahead. As that's Shankster making a big jump into P4, as that is pretty close between third, fourth, and fifth. As that at the moment is P4 for Shankster, Volanik 3 milliseconds behind Shankster, as Leo Cat is 50 milliseconds ahead. Someone made a big jump, that's F1 Love, I believe, on the mediums. With a 33.3 and a 33.3 flat, as at the moment Starkicker is slowing down on his fly lap. I think he's made a mistake, he's decided to abandon it, as our Volanik is now entering the pits, as Pope now on a lap. As we're just going to have a look at the British drive. Let's see what he could do in the Aston Martin Silverstone team based in the Silverstone circuit. Let's see what can he do now through the hairpin pretty nicely, pretty smoothly. Now into the long left-hander. This is a pretty difficult to navigate, because the curbs on this game are very, very dangerous and very difficult to they basically destabilize your car very much and can force you to a crash or a spin, and maybe even get you out of qualifying / race or even practice. As now Pope doing a pretty good middle sector, now into the straight. MC Coeli is fastest at the moment at 32.2. Pope now looking to improve, but he's 2.9 seconds behind, so this lap is not going very well for Pope, as now the checkered flag is going to be flying now very soon. As I'm through the final corner, he decides to pit. He was about 3 seconds behind this time, so yeah, but to say now on a lap, as now he's improved by a tenth and a half, so to say improving his lap on the medium tyres. So to say now looking to try and improve that time, as if that Mercedes is soaring now through the twisty turvy turn 11 and 12, as now Bonivel as well flying now through the final corner. He goes now into the DRS zone, DRS open. What is it? It's going to be a big jump, not of a big jump, P9 for him, so he's going to be a bit of trouble here, a bit of troublesome here for troublesome zone, I'd say, for Bonivel, as now he is under threat from being eliminated in Q2. As now just looking at to say what is he going to do now. Through the hairpin he goes. He now navigates now just through the final corner. O'Reilly does make a jump, goes fastest with a 32.1, as that is someone making a jump. That's Leo Cat with 32.8 flats, as Toussaint has improved his time to a 32.8, and that looks very close from 4th to 7th, just by 80 milliseconds separated. As so the ones who are eliminated, as Pierre crosses the line, improves by a tenth and a half, but stays in Q2. So that was a pretty interesting end to Q2, but now the shootout of a pole position. Who scores it for the first one? But Wiggly Style, Star Kicker, Oriole, Zetico Oreos are eliminated from Q2, and Piero Bonivel, F1 Lover, Volanik, Shankster, Toussaint, Leo Cat, Pope, MC Curry and Orenzi leading the classifications. But Pope looking very quick on those medium tyres. Let's see who will come out on top for the pole position shootout in Q3. So here we are into Q3 is now we're going to be now waiting for the drivers to come out. So it's 2 Aston Martins, 2 Alpine and 2 AlphaTauris and then single Williams, Mercedes and a Ferrari into Q3. So as now that's Leo Cat first one wins the race. He goes out now. Ferrari now going out of the pit lane, as now he's maybe going to try and make amends for his teammate. Today really chat is really quiet. Yeah, pretty quiet today. I expected a bit more interaction in the chat, but yeah, not much. But yeah, Leo Cat is now making an outlap, as well as O'Rainsy following him, as well as Volanic. Toussaint, there's now a Piero as well joins him, and more people, or drivers if you wish, are now making their exit out of the pit lane and preparing themselves for the first flying lap. O'Rainsy's on the mediums, very interestingly. So maybe he's going to try a bit of a try here to see what pace he sets on the mediums. So, yeah, so the Aston Martin's looking very quick around here. Very speedy and very, very quick. Shankster now making his exit out of the pits, as well as F1 Lover. As now we're going to be waiting for someone for now Leo Cat to start setting his first lap in Q3. So now we're going to be going on board with the Portuguese driver Academy Season 4 driver as he gets a bit of a wobble through the final corner. And now he's going to start his lap. The Ferrari soaring now into turn 1 now. Very patient now on the throttle, down the gears, clocking to second gear. Now turn 2, and then a very quick downhill left to turn 3. And now into turn 4. Now that's a pretty decent exit. And now into the first very kick of turn 5, and now turn 6. There's this hairpin now, pretty good. Nicely set from Leo Cat. Now into turn 7. Very long left-hander now. You gotta just be patient on the throttle. And the rear now stakes turn 8. As now turn 9 waits for Leo Cat. He does get a bit of oversteer. I think he locked the rear there. 10 and 11 follow. And now into turn 12. As now he sets a purple middle sector. As now into turn 13. And now into 14. So Leo Cat does have a good lap as he spins out. As Leo Cat spinning out says he's lost the rear. As there, so now we're just looking at Toussaint. What can he do now? Through turn 12 now. To 11 now. Turn 12 in on his way. Now turn 13. And now he's going to be making his way to turn 14 now. Very long right-hander now into the DRS. Now 1 kilometer straight now. Just going to make sure you prepare that braking zone of turn 50, one of the hardest braking zones on the calendar. Brake just when the curb starts, as our O'Rainsy sets the timesheet of a 32.9, which is a pretty good lap for O'Rainsy. But Toussaint, can he beat that? I'm pretty sure he will. Goes for the final corner, DRS open for the British driver, and he knocks that off the park. A 31.5 for Toussaint. Bravo, Toussaint. And let's see, Piero, 31.9. Now we're going to be looking at Born Evil now. What can he do in the Alpine? Now through the final corner he goes. And now is going to be off the final corner. Does line up pretty good. The DRS Open as a 31.9 milliseconds ahead of Piero. And now what can MC Coeli do? 32.2. So 7/10. As our Volak set a 42.2. So maybe he's done a mistake somewhere. As our F1 lover going through the hairpin now through the final corner of number 16. That's what you're looking at. Number 12 now through the final corner. DRS Open for the British driver. And it's P4. 32.2. Making a pretty decent lap there. As now that is Shankster by 4 milliseconds behind Toussaint. So Toussaint is still defending that pole position lap time. But what can Mr. Pope Tabes do? Now into the final corner. Is he going to smash that lap? He does by about 900ths. Goes into pole position. I gather, is this you or someone? No, that is Gavra. Gavra 91, who no one just scored. So yeah, that is him. But hello to Valda Harris. Hello to Gianni. Yeah, that was a great lap. So I believe that's everyone setting their laps. And Pope leading the timesheets. I have a question about the Freshman League. ABS is on Valda Harris for the Freshman League. It's just ABS is just on. Just on. Hello to a Wiggly Star for subscribing to tier 1 for 10 months. So congratulations for 10 months, 2 months for the year. But yeah, it's on low. Yeah, it's on low. I thought it was completely something else, but yeah, it's on low ABS, but not every time you have to take a toilet during the league race. A bit of a Kimi Raikkonen moment there, but anyway, Leo Cat now, he only drives set, not set lap, as now he's got a purple first sector, so let's see what can the Portuguese driver do. For me, he's set a purple first sector, but now let's see now through turn 7 and out to turn 8 for the Portuguese driver. Now into turn 9 follows the Portuguese driver. Now turn 11 and now set a very, very short straight here for Leo Can now through the hard braking zone. Make sure to not lock up. Looks up the front left as now he does get a little bit of problems through that corner. He does have both problems. As you can see, he's getting a bit of oversteer there. The rear's just twisting on him. Thanks for the sub yourself for the elimination, mate. No problem about the Harris. Very, very unfortunate for the elimination, Wiggly Star. I really expected you to get to Q3 for the first qualifying session in Gavra, full qualifying. Second time actually, because the Gavra 6 years event, as Leo Cat goes 4th fastest. It's a great lap from Leo Cat. That is P4 for the Portuguese driver as he sets a fantastic lap, as he is about 500-600 behind Shankster and Toussaint. But Pope looking very comfortable there in the standings, but Volanik is on his outlap now, and let's see what he can do in his lap, because he has set a pretty poor lap, 42.2, so maybe he's just done a spin or something like that. But so let's see now what can Volanik do through the final corner. He goes now through, he starts his lap, and now let's see, so we're going to go through a quick lap. So now into turn 1, you brake around just around the 50 meter ball, now clocking down the gears like a clock, going to 12 o'clock in the morning, and now into turn 2 and 3, taking that pretty safe, don't make any unnecessary rush with the throttle, and now through turn 4 and 5, now into the hairpin. He's a tenth and a half, 1/10 up on his time, so he doesn't make a mistake. As now Volanik now through the final corners, as now not the final corners, the final corners for sector 2, as now into the hard braking zone. Now just brake around the 100-meter board. Now make sure you hit the curbs here. Try not to go too aggressive. I'm now patient through the throttle here, because you're gonna spin like Leocat did. Bit too aggressive on the throttle there, resulting in him in the spin. But this is looking like a great lap for Volanik. Not lots of mistakes. There's now a big break now into turn number 15 now. The curbs are going to be hit perfectly. This is a great lap for Volanik on his debut for Gavra Racing for the Super League. Through the final corner he goes. He does get a bit of a twitch on the rear, but is that going to be a good position? Just enough for P9. So not a pretty good lap, but not fast enough to maybe challenge 8th. But that was a great lap. But now we've got about 1 more minute left, as now the final runs are going to be started, as the Tiger commentated. Yeah, so unfortunately, yeah, Tiger couldn't attend. He was busy with doing some stuff. He should have commentated, but he'd commitment. Okay, as now we're now through the final runs. Who's going to take pole position here? Pope, Toussaint, Shangster, Leo Cap, Bon Evil, Piero even, maybe even F1 Lover. Anyone can take pole position, but Pope is the most likely one who will get pole position. He is very quick round here. But now I'm just looking, who's the closest to? The checkered flag is as Leocat is actually. As he goes a bit wide, as now that's a bit, he cut the circuit there, could disrupt Pope, and F1 Lover, as he does not get a bit disrupted, but now through the straight now goes F1 Lover, but Toussaint now is going through now the hot breaker zone. He's 2/10 up. That's Pope. That's Pope. That's his charge blown up. So it's up to now Toussaint. Is he gonna get the pole position? Let's see now. Through the straight he goes now. DRS gonna be open for the British driver now. Through the straight he goes now. It's gonna be a hard braking zone into turn number 15. Break around the 100-meter board, and now going very patient now on the throttle, as he does indeed do that now. Going through now through the final corner, break around the 50-meter board just after it now, using the curve that does not invalidate. Now is that pole position? Yes it is. Toussaint knocks that off the park. Already gets a fantastic lap. What can Shangster do in the AlphaTauri, so that is down, he can be the only driver to try and stop Toussaint's party. Let's see what can he do. So now he's the only driver who can stop Shangster today. Stop Toussaint today. Through the final corner he goes. It's 10th up in the middle sector. He does go fastest. Oh my days. He does go pole position by 6 milliseconds. Shangster takes pole position. Very close as a knife. Very thin, very close there. That is an amazing lap, and the gaps speak from themselves. Pole position for the German driver. It's Germany's party. UK, not yet, but to say, what a job from him. What a job. Round of applause there for Toussaint. Fantastic result there for him. He has not had a lot of luck. P1 I said by half a second, but just look at the gaps. Wow. Actually the top 8, 9 separate by 5/10. So Shangster pole position by 6 milliseconds. 6 milliseconds. So close, but just not enough for Toussaint. Shanks the pole position for him. Toussaint second. His next Brit, his teammate of Brit, let's say that, Pope takes P3, P4 Orange, Leo Cap P5, FC Coeli doing a good result, Piero, Evolava doing a good debut, Bon Evil takes P9, Volanic P10 in the Williams, but that was an absolute taste of qualifying. That was absolutely close. It's like old time, me and Shanks in the front row. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but good luck on the race, because that one is the real deal, what we're here for today, and it's gonna be an absolute roller coaster, but let's see what will happen. So the sun glimmers over the skies of China, and now the drivers will be starting to make their formation laps, make their final tweaks, the setup, the strategy, and the fuel mixes. So, now strategy time. What I can say is that hards can go more than 22 laps. Mason A3 has done great time management. 22 laps on the hards on the freshman league has got around to 50%. So a soft to hard could be a possible strategy for the races. So soft to hard is probably the best strategy. As let's see what is the predicted pit stop strategy. So Toussaint now leading the way, but Shankster starting 40. We've had a lobby glitch. Gavra had a lobby glitch. We have a lobby glitch, I think. Shankster's 14th. I think there's a lobby glitch because Shanks is supposed to start second, or first actually. Oh no. That is so unfortunate for the German. Codemaster have screwed him up. Yes, I'll make a new lobby. Are we leaving then? Just let me know. Sorry guys, I absolutely apologise. Oh my days. Codemasters, fix your game, man. Ah, that is so unfortunate. I'll take a quick picture of the. Oh no, I've just forgot. Ay. Alright. No, never mind. So. Ay. Okay, yeah, just make a new lobby. I guess. So unfortunately, guys, we're going to be leaving. We're not going to be ending the stream yet. So we're starting a new lobby, Piero. New lobby. Leave the session, everyone. We're going to be starting a new session. Unfortunately, guys, we've got to pause the stream here. But we'll be back very, very shortly, around 2 minutes, 5 minutes, to make sure everything is back as it is. We'll see you guys very, very shortly for the race. But see you guys very shortly, and make sure you get ready for the race. Well, we are back for racing again, and yeah, so sorry everyone for the traffic and issues. We have got good backup and running, so everything should be fine now. So we have, yeah, we are back. Yeah, we apologize for the issue. Codemasters have done us a dirty thing. So yeah, play all the Codemasters. So, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, so MC Cody's just got disqualified because he actually collided with someone, I believe. Because if you collide someone, you get disqualified and sent to the grid. Who left? I believe Zetic Aureus has left. I'm not sure what happened with him, but he has just left. I'm not sure what's happened to Zetic. Zetic has a problem with his wheel. Oh, he has problems with his wheel. I thought he just retired or something like that, just on purpose. But yeah, so Zetic is out, so because of wheel issues, so that's really unfortunate for him. But we're now going to be green flag racing very shortly for the first round of the Super League, and it's going to be an absolute treater. Get your popcorn, get your seatbelts tightened up, and let's go racing here in Shanghai International Circuit, as all the drivers are going to be now warming up the tyres, giving energy into their brakes, so they are nicely prepared going into the melee of turn 1, as now the drives will be lining up on the grid here. Shankster is going to be the first one. Oriole will be the final driver on the medium. So I'm just looking. So Wiggly Stell's on the hards. Maybe you could try and do a hard to soft like Robert Codfather did on the Freshman League on Tuesday. So maybe he can try and do a replica of that. So anyway, we're going to be now doing a replica of strategy maybe. So now the lights are going to be on out, but as now the revs are building, but as now the revs properly now going to be starting to build. Here we go, lights out, away we go. Shanks gets a very good start. Tuesday doesn't get a really good start. Both Pope now does go ahead, round the outside he goes into turn one, but contact with Tuesday, and that was Pope. Is now there's a bit of contact between the AlphaTauris. It's 3 wide between the two AlphaTauris, not two Alpines and the AlphaTauri of Piero, I think now, as everyone's off to a clean start and everyone's unscathed with a front wing now. So Star Kicker now looking to the inside there, and as well Wrigley Cell looking to the inside there. But now Volanic has made a fantastic start with the grip. This is an absolutely amazing race. As Shankston to Sada taking wheel to wheel. This is absolutely amazing. Wrist to wheel action. There's a bit of contact. As now there could be some tragedy here. As now Tuesday is forced a bit wide there. As now he does go round the outside. As that's a Ferrari of Leocat going off the circuit. In doing so, as that's not a pretty good start. As a pretty good start from Leocat. Leocat now goes past Shankster. Shankster's had an appalling start, but Pope has made a fantastic start. Volanic's done a fantastic start, the best start I think we've seen for the main leagues so far this season. As now everyone's off to the line cleanly, as now everyone's slipstreaming, weaving for the slipstream, as now it's freeway between the Alpine and as there's both contact between the Aston Martin and the Alpines of Bon Evil. F1 Lover as now F1 Lover sends it to the inside of MC Cody. Both of them go wide. As F1 Lover gets a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings. F1 Lover now slipstreaming MC Coedia. That is that's P2 for Volanic, who's pressurizing now Pope, who is in the lead now by a bit of a clean margin. To Saint now following as well. As so let's see what will happen. But at the moment, Leocat pressurizing Shankster very much. Violence feels strong in China. Yeah, they are feeling very strong. Steel right now, but at the moment, not two of them doing well. Star Kicker now just behind F1 Lover. As now the Alpine looking to now round the outside. Piero's right at the rear there of Lyoka. Lyoka goes a bit wide. MC Coeli and MC Coeli gets a 3-second time penalty for track extensions. As now let's see this battle with Piero and Lyoka. Let's see what will happen now in the 1 kilometer straight out. Piero looks to the inside. If he does this, that will be an amazing move with overtake button. That is amazing, but now Lyoka uses the overtake button, but Piero has the straight line speed. Piero now breaks very late, as now there's some contact between Piero and Lyoka, as both of them lose the rear. That's someone as yellow flag, that's someone spinning out. Rainsy, that's a Rainsy. In the Alfa Romeo, who is out, has spun at the hairpin. But this is great racing. Piero goes round the outside of Lyoka. That's a fantastic move. As what's happened to Lyoka? That's a massive crash. He just sent himself to the wall. What in the heck was that? Lyoka just full throttled himself to the wall. That is the weirdest crash I've ever seen. Lyoka is out, left the session. What on earth has happened there? So at the exit of turn 1, yeah, he just went full throttle into the wall. I think his wheel disconnected, as he has completely no front wing. He's just wrestling that Ferrari into the pits, but to say now on Volanic, let's see what he do. As someone spinning a star kicker spinning, but now to say now on. Oh, as Volanic moved a bit dangerously there. Moved a bit too late, but Tuesday goes down the inside of the hairpin. Volanic gets a nice switchback. That's a fantastic switchback. As that's a fight back now. Tuesday looks to the inside. Pretty hairy racing here. Pretty hard round Shanghai between the pair of them. There's no Tuesday and Volanic are back at it again now, side by side through the straight. Tuesday looking to go round the outside of Volanic. Simply lovely from Tuesday in the Mercedes number 27, takes P2, sets his sights now on Pope, who is still taking the lead of the Chinese Grand Prix. That is a fantastic battle there. As now they're both AlphaTauris a bit separated by 1.3 seconds, about 1.3 seconds separated both of them. As MC Coeli's pressurising Piero on the tyres, as F1 Lover follows a bit closely there, but F1 Lover not looking like to challenge at the moment, as Lyoka and Bonnie have just exited the pits, as Bonnie now looks to challenge Arrangey, but I think it's all calmed down here at the start, but that was a fantastic start. Very clean racing, no contact with anyone, but very close racing, especially for Volanic and Toussaint. I'm really curious how to see Toussaint's POV would look, but Volanic at the moment P3 on the soft tyres, Shankster P4, Piero closing in, but MC Coeli now looking to go on the move around the outside of Piero into turn 15, easy as you like, bread and butter for MC Coeli. But is it done yet? It is completely done. It's been accepted and it's done as that. So now, but Piero will have the DRS now, MC Coeli, but he actually has the DRS on Shankster, so Piero now is going to be frustrated now, but he has the DRS. As now MC Coeli has fantastic grip. Just look at the grip difference he has compared to Shankster. Through turn 1, Shankster looks to be a bit in trouble there. As now MC Coeli is going to try and send it. Let's see. As Shankster goes a bit defensive. As now Piero does not look at this fight, but look at this fight though, side by side between Piero. There's a bit of moments side by side there. F1 Lover is a beautiful lad. As that is as now is MC Coeli going round the outside of Shankster, side by side. It's a fantastic battle. As Shankster, there's some real banging there. There's slight contact there between them, but Piero, look, it just have a very big look on MC Coeli, but does not go for it. But that could have been a fantastic overtake. But now DRS zone is coming up, but Shanks has got a lot of ERS. Shanks knows how to save this ERS. He's going to deplete it all, but with the DRS and the slipstream, he's going to go over 330 kilometers per hour now. As now they're going to be side by side through turn 15. Pierre is now just going to wait for the moment. They're going to be battling now as MC Coeli gets a fist ball force a bit wide. Piero now looking to the outside of the final corner. He's not going to do it quite yet. As now has Fulanic pitting now in the Williams as round of pit stops begin. F1 Lover now P6 at the moment, but Piero looking to the outside now of MC Coeli. This is a fantastic battle. It's a nice scrap between the AlphaTauris and the metallic Alpine, as the Alpine is roaring to try and get past, but the two sister Red Bull drivers are looking to get there in the AlphaTauris. F1 Lovers now getting involved in a scrap, as Oriel might even get involved in this as well. But she's saying at the moment 2 seconds behind Pope. So Pope leading this race a bit comfortably, not getting a lot of pressure, but Shankster, MC Coeli and Piero, absolutely great racing, fine racing between all of them. F1 Lover now again involved in this scrap, so there's going to be a four-way fight now for the top 5 positions and the podium positions. So let's see what will happen. But now on board now with MC Coeli. Now is this his chance to get another overtake done, now another challenge. But now Shanks still going very defensive now, just defending as much as he can now. But MC Coeli goes round the outside. Shanks plays very late, as now the same method as last time. But now MC Coeli does get a pretty good traction. Now they could be side by side through the final corner as Shanks gets a 3-second time penalty. That's very bad. But now Shanks now with the DRS now. Both and now MC Coeli has no ERS, but looks try go round the outside. If he does that, that's going to be a fantastic move now round the outside. Now we're going to switch to the inside, as now they bang wheels, bit of contact there, but fantastic racing between the both of them. Now it's not done yet for Shanks. The Shanks now looks round the outside of turn number 5, I believe, as Shanks looks to try and get a bit of a cutback here, as now Shankster looks. Is it round the outside? Mr. Round the outside for Shankster. There's contact. MC Coeli spins off, as that will be definitely get locked by the stewards, because there was some big contact. They're racing hard for 4 laps straight. That had to happen, as everyone says. If you race hard for more than 5 laps, or 3 or even 2 laps, it's definitely result in some contact. And here the evidence. Wow, great battle, but it had to end in tragedy there for MC Coeli. Very unfortunate for him, as the Williams now of Star Kicker now is going to be in the DRS zone of MC. Now he's not going to be able to attack him, but Pierre and Shankster switch positions, maybe team orders, but F1 Lover sniffing around Shankster's AlphaTauri, the German, looking a bit scared there to get just to maybe gotten overtaken by F1 Lover. But F1 Lover now looking to try and get Shanks into turn 1, but not enough. Yeah, but looks to the outside. Everyone looks just looking to the outside, but look at the grip difference for F1 Lover as he looks to the inside, but Shankster keeps that position sealed as he still is 4th. But this battle is amazing. The Super League, this is the definition of Super League, just absolute crispy battles, very fine racing, wheel-to-wheel action, but sometimes you just gotta end in contact. Unfortunately, it is racing in Formula 1, but F1 Lover now putting the pressure on now on Shankster. So Shankster has been pressured now by MC Coeli. Now his next opponent is F1 Lover, as now Piero now is setting himself off the distance, as to say he's losing a bit of time actually to Pope. and to Saint, not losing a bit of time not losing a lot of time, but 8 tenths is lost at the moment. But let's see what can F1 Lover do. The British man versus the German. Let's see who will end up on top, but it's looking very unlikely that F1 Lover will overtake. Unless he does a very miraculous dive to the inside. He does have a little look though. You know, he tries to have a look, but he's very late, resulting in a lock up on the front right. As now F1 Lover just keeps looking to challenge, but the importance is that F1 Lover is in that DRS, hence Shankster is not, so Shanks now has to give it everything to stay in that DRS zone, because he's going to get very easily overtaken by F1 Lover. As our F1 Lover is a bit of contact, I believe, as Shikori now goes into the pits in the Alpine, but F1 Lover looking just everywhere, sniffing the edges of Shankster, but just so close between the of them. But not a very small contact, but no damage yet for the pair of them. But let's hope there isn't any more for the rest of the race. But now, through now turn 7, they go. Nothing happening here yet between the pair of them. So it's 4 tenths the deficit, but Shanks has done a lot of time here in the second sector, as he's gained some ground, but now at the exit he's losing a bit of time there. But yes, Shanks and F1 Lover do have a penalty of 3 seconds due to track extension. So at the moment, Shankster is going to be a bit on the threat. Hence, F1 Lover will as well be a bit on the threat from those penalties. But now maybe this is F1 Lover's chance, maybe. But now let's see. So Shankster not using that much ERS, but there's a bit of a gain here. But now Shankster going very defensive, but moves poles to the racing line as our F1 Lover looks to the inside, but Shankster gets fantastic traction, which keeps him at bay. But F1 Lover is very close, but hence Whitley Style now and Oriol TG 1, 2, 3 are having a bit of a scrap for themselves. Now let's see, Wiggly Style, the Swedish driver, a Super League 4-time driver, I think. Now let's go see, down the inside it goes. The man on the hard compound tyres makes the move done and goes into P6. He's 5 seconds behind F1 Lover, who is trying to battle with Shankster and Piero, but he's only getting 2 tenths, you know, so maybe Wiggly Style can try and get in that queue, but the thing is, the two AlphaTauris and Aston Martin will be pitting very soon, which could be a bit of a good thing for Wiggly Styles. Now, F1 Lover is closing in very, very much. So every lap is just closing in that gap on Shankster. So Shankster's just losing time to Piero. So Piero's got the pace at the moment, but Shankster looking now to maybe force himself to another defensive move, as now Shankster using these ERS, hence. But now Shankster pulled that gap around to 6 tenths now, so Shankster extended that gap, but F1 Lover, that DRS, that powerful DRS, just pulls him so close behind the AlphaTauri, as now Oriol now looking to get Wiggly Style again to get revenge on him, but maybe it's this time, as now Wiggly Style and Oriol now as Oriol deploys the ERS and the overtake button, they're going to be now side by side down to turn 1. But now is it going to be just side by side still, as now Oriol looks to the outside, no contact made at the moment, but Oriol sits back and has to wait for another overtake to come his way. But that is not it. But look at F1 Lover now looks just sniffing around Shankster now. Shankster goes a bit deep there, so Shankster's feeling that pressure from F1 Lover, so F1 Lover just wants him to get forced into a mistake, but he can't do that yet. But just looking at how close F1 Lover is, he's just inches away here around the twisty-turvy challenging Shanghai, as F1 Lover, maybe this is his chance if he gets a great exit, as maybe Shankster does have a bit of a mistake, because now both of them do have a good exit, but Shankster does get a bit of a better one, as now it's a 6/10 gap when again, so it's pretty much of an equal gap to them. But as our F1 lover looking to the inside, let's see what Oriole can do into the hairpin. He can't do nothing about it, but maybe he could try into turn. But as our Toussaint pits, Toussaint goes into the pit, as well as Piero, as F1 lover and Shankster stays out. As now let's see, and now so Toussaint and Piero attempting the undercut here. So let's see what will the undercut prove here. So is it going to be a success or not? As from the freshman league, remembering the undercut did go pretty successful for I believe it was Mason 83 got a pretty good undercut. But let's see what Toussaint can do. So Pope has to react to this right now and has to box this lap. He doesn't want to lose any more time to Toussaint. It's only a 3-second gap, but that could be a lot of time. And those tyres could be deteriorating at this point right now for Pope, the British driver, now probably looking to pit this lap. But F1 lover still close there to Shankster, but Shankster's just strong as steel there, as he is just defending as much as he can. As F1 lover now, as now Shankster's using CRS, it's only a 10th gap, so Shankster's pulling away. Maybe he's upgrading that pace a bit slightly. So F1 lover's got to use some ERS here maybe, but it's 8/10, so it should be good enough. As Shankster goes a bit deep. He goes slightly deep, but here's the AlphaTauri team. So Piero and Shankster. So Piero 50 races for 4 wins, 3 pole positions, 24 podiums. Shankster with 9 wins, 5 pole positions, and 18 podiums for the German. So let's see how the rivalry deals out with the AlphaTauri team. Hence the constructors, that will be a very powerful team to challenge for the constructors. Their name is going to go out there. So let's see what will happen between them through the whole season. But let's see, so Toussaint has jumped as Pope, yes, so yes, Pitt. Toussaint has not gained an undercut. Has he actually lost a bit of time, I believe? Yes, I believe he's lost some time to Pope. So Pope has done great pace, as now Pope is now closing in on Wiggly Style, who is still due to pit on those hard tyres, as well as F1 lover has to still pit. But Volanic is now on, I believe, on the 2-stop. But here's the previous wins. So season number 5 last season, Zetikorios won that successfully. Plague Duchy 5-time champion across all leagues and GT Sport. I believe he's the most crowned world champion in Gavra racing history, so he's a bit of a history maker here, like Lewis Hamilton, but Wiggly Style weaves because he doesn't want to fight this. But yeah, speaking now, Plague Duchy season 4, and that's him grown with season 3 under his belt. Fastest lap is Jetsy with a 32.123. As a quick fact there, as the lap time is a 123 by to 132 rather. But here's Pope stats here: 35 races, 6 wins, 1 pole position, and 12 podiums under his belt at the moment. Let's see what will add to his belt this season. He's pretty much under the belt or under the names of the drivers who can win this title, maybe because he looks very, very quick. Hence Toussaint and Shankster, Pierre as well. So let's see what will happen. But looking at this very nice fight between Oriole, MC Koili and Star Kicker, who are fighting now for the points. So, yes, it's a four-way battle. So Wiggly Star, Oriole, Coeli, and Starkick are fighting for the edges of the points. Bonneville may be going to try to get involved. Bonnie's tyres will be on the limit when they go to the end. So I'm just going to quickly see. So Bonnie's laps, she's not going to make it. She will make it. Actually, she will make it. She's got 14 laps. So Robert Codfather, so Mason 83 has put 22 laps on his hard tyres. Tuesday says the fastest lap of 35, 1 minute 35.262. But yeah, the tyres will be on the limit, but not for puncture territory because Mason 83's tyres were around 50% on 22 laps. So that's what Bonnie can do here. Let's see if he can do the same time management like Starkick has gone off very fast. Maybe he's done a mistake here. So it's just a three-way battle now for the end of the points, and it's a fight basically for P7 here. So let's see how this plays out as the experienced Sweden driver leads the way here. So let's see what can he do in the Ferrari as he now soars that Ferrari, Skyret Ferrari, through the corners. That just looks amazing to see that. You see photograph shots you can take of the cars if you're around a circuit. So yeah, the cars look very great and still liveries, but as you can see, Oriole's backed out a bit from Oriole, so now it's just a two-way fight now. So yes, everyone's just now a bit spaced out. So it's not a bit of a big fight. But yeah, the tyres will be on a slight minute. Pope responds to Toussaint's lap times with a 35.2, so Pope is on the pace as well as Toussaint, but Toussaint just can't match his pace at the moment as the two British drivers are trying to battle out for the pace as someone spun out at sector 3. That is MC Coeli? Yes, it is. At the exit of turn 15, now heading to 16, something's happened. Range, he's got ahead as he spins nearly again. As he does spin again, where Antonio Giovinazzi crashed in 2017 and Alexander Albon in 2019. As now he spins nearly again, those tyres are absolutely grilling. Like they just basically got put in a grill and then put back. But just look how much he's twitching. He's got to be so careful on the throttle because it's no traction, remember. So if he just goes a bit too much on the throttle, that's an insta spin for him. But now everyone is just slightly spaced out. And let's see if anyone could just pull a gap for this. But at that moment, Pope is absolutely dominating the race. Had a great start. So Pope is doing a champion's drive right now. Toussaint doing a fantastic drive as well. From Corley, P2 still, so he's still staying P2. But Volanik, he has to still do another stop, but he might go on soft compound of tyres, as now Volanik does go in the pits. And what will it be? Will be as our Piero now follows, doesn't follow, goes to P3 as his teammate Shankster goes into P4. Volanik stops for the medium tyres. There's no way the softs go to the end here because you'll get a puncture like Colin Campion did yesterday at the Premier Series around Shanghai, heading into the pits. So so Volanik now P10, so now he's going to make a surge. And let's see what can he do now. So his first opponent is Bonneville, Premier Series driver for last season, promoting and reserve for the Super League. So let's see what can Volanik do in his debut race. So let's see what pace he can do. But so as you can see now, Wiggly Style now looking to try and now go for F1 Lover, who is on the hard compound of tyres. But Oriole gets a 3-second time pass. Someone spinning. That is Oriole. Does he have wing damage? We're going to see shortly. He does not have any damage. No. Fortunately, he does have damage. Does not have damage. Fortunately, he does not have damage. As I just said the same thing again. But yet, Pope doing great, Tuesday doing great, Piero doing a very great as well. Shankster not doing the best job, not a very good start, and the battles he's been in just lost him with a heaps amount of time. F1 are doing a pretty good start as well as Wiggly Style, Star Kicker doing a very great job. But as you can see, here are the Super League top 3 winners. So Play Dutchie. So yes, that's the stats for the how many times a driver's won a Super League. So Play Dutchie, 16 wins in the Super League. That's just absolutely dominant there from Play Dutchie. The Dutchman set, I believe that's the most in history, I believe, for F1. Atom Gun with 12 for a foul from Play Dutchie, who has done great as the Super League, but unfortunately can't attend today. Napla, who is, I believe, driving in the Premier Series or in the Super League, but he drove in the Premier Series last season, 7 wins under his belt, and pole positions. Atom Gun leads the way as he is crowned the master qualifying driver in the Super League. Pearson Jacks, with 13 pole positions, and Gorigola with 8 pole positions under his belt. So, very interesting stats there. As Play Dutchie, he has absolutely dominated this season. But yeah, Bon Evil, Oriole, and Leocat have just made the stops, but Leocat unfortunately had to leave because he had a wheel problem. His wheel had probably disconnected, hence. But look at Wiggly Style now closing in on F1 Lover. So F1 Lover looking very mighty at the moment, but Wiggly Style looking a bit more mighty at the moment, as Wiggly Style can try and get even into the top 4. So at the moment he can get in the top 4. Top 4 is on the cards here for Wiggly Style. So, but Wiggly Style has to try and get past number F1 Lover number 12 and Shankster number 88, who is about 9 seconds adrift from Wiggly Style. So that means then, actually 2 seconds. So at the moment, if Wiggly Style passes F1 Lover, that means as someone spinning, that is Star Kicker. That is very bad for him because using the points, Volanix just gained another place. And now he's got 8-second deficit to Wiggly Style. Wiggly Style now looking to try and get F1 Lover here as he's pressurizing him a lot. But now it's just 9 laps to go now in the race as Pope. As someone spun again as Star Kicker. Yes, it is. Bon Evil's now just past him. As now that's MC Curry now joining him in where he spun. So something has happened to him as well. So as our F1 Lover is now Wiggly Style has passed F1 Lover, and F1 Lover is now behind Wiggly Style. So Wiggly Style now can get P4 if he stays in that 3-second barrier, which will be very easy to stay in because he is on very quicker tyres than Shankster at the moment, who is on the hard. Bon Evil says fastest lap of a 35.2. As I always get a bit of a tweak there of oversteer as they go through the final corner, finish his lap. But yeah, so now Wiggly Style closing in very quickly to Shankster. So Shankster are now going to be under pressure again from another driver in this race, who is Wiggly Style, and at the moment it looks very interesting. So let's see what will will this battle pan out. So let's see what will happen, but in a few laps time. So yeah, at the moment not big battles happening right now, but let's just recap that start. That start was absolutely amazing. Clean racing, chaotic, just everywhere, wheel to wheel, three wide, just absolute great racing action. Some tragedy as well, with like not much contact this race with someone, and not a lot. It's just spins. They did it by themselves, so not much contact between anyone. There was just only mild contact, but not very big ones. But still very clean from the Super League today, which I personally I'm absolutely ecstatic about, because it shows how the clean, the friendly drivers here are in the Super League, as I always get a fantastic helicopter shot of the Britman Toussaint, who's now 4 seconds behind Pope, but he doesn't look to try and close. He's looking to close that down, but Pope's pace, man, is just absolutely fast and quick and swifty. As our someone has spun, that is Shankster. Shankster has spun. That is not good for Shankster. His race has gone from bad to worse. His race has gone from bad to worse, and that is a very unfortunate race from him. Now Volanik will be now looking to try and get Shankster. Now as Shankster, unfortunately, again having not a good race, and hopefully he won't have any race like this. Hopefully, but Volanik now is closing in now on Shankster, who is very closing in now on the German. And if Volanik wants to get the top 5, he needs to gain around, as now Shankster's gone into the pits, I believe, for the soft. So now Volanik needs to gain 3.7 seconds in 6 laps, which is doable. But yeah, Willie's down now, probably going to be P4. But let's see what can Volanik do. So now he's got to gain about 3.6 seconds for F1, unless F1 does obviously get another 3-second time penalty. But O'Reilly, now under threat. So Robert Cosfather is still watching. O'Reilly's tyres now going off, so now he is under threat. He could be under puncture territory here. But he's got an 8-second deficit to Bonnie, and Shankster close now to Bonneville, so now he should be expecting Shankster to be like a human rocket here in Gavra, here in the Super League at the moment in the race here at Shanghai. But this is just absolute quality racing at the moment. But yeah, that's by Bonnie at the moment will get quickly now overtaken by Shankster, as Bonneville now is going to be sadly now probably overtaken by Shanks. Shanks has just got that grip. He's got a purple middle sector, but that won't count as a fast lap because he's going to be about 25 seconds behind. Shankster will be on attack mode. Yeah, exactly. He'll be on attack mode now. Full send it now, as now there's number 1 on his price card list. That is 1 ticked off the list, and now his second opponent is 8 seconds behind. As now I believe that's the only overtake he'll do this race, unless Bonneville could rise. That's a big spin for Bonneville, as he has spun rallying across the straight, as now Bonneville gets overtaken by Star Kicker. So Star Kicker takes P9 at the moment. So now it's going to be a battle for the points between Star Kicker and Bonneville. So let's see what will happen here. But Bonneville unfortunately spinning out of the final corner behind Shankster. But let's see what can Shankster do now. He's going to be an absolute rocket. As let's see what can happen. But yeah, so I think Touche's lost a bit of time. So yeah, so Piero looking like to have a podium. Toussaint and Pope as well. So Pope now lapping first driver, dropping a driver first time in this race, who actually is Leo Cat, who was his race wheel was disconnected, so he had to leave the race, unfortunately. So he's now going to be right behind Pope, as his AI looks very quick. So Toussaint looking now to just bring it home now, take P2, as well as Piero and the Wiggly style. So yeah, but O'Rainsey's about 20 laps on those tyres. He could have 24 laps, but as that Shankster, I think gained 4 seconds a lap on O'Rainsey. So Shanks is a rocket right now, as you can see, everyone. That was just amazing. That was an amazing lap, about 1 second ahead, or 2 seconds ahead of the current whole fast lap, who was Bon Evil, as now Shanks are putting a 32, I believe, or 33.12. So that's a great lap from Shanks. So now Shanks is going to try and gain a lot, but these tyres are going to be deteriorating in about 2 to 3 laps very aggressively. So let's see what will happen now. But Star Kicker and Bon Evil switch places. So Star Kicker now into P10. Bon Evil's made the move done. He's made amends from the earlier spin, which has sent him down to P10, as now he has gained back some ground and takes P9. But yeah, so at the moment, that is looking pretty much it, unless Stark can do something very crazy. But yes, now Bon Evil now looking at the rear wing, as now it doesn't look like it's gonna be enough, but yeah, so yeah, just talking about this race. The race was pretty good. I really liked it. Really, if obviously China, the race in general takes pretty long. Hi, how's things going? I'll tell you something, Natty. My throat is starting to hurt. I've been talking for about 2 hours straight now. There's been a lobby issue. But yeah, I'm absolutely fine. Don't worry about me, everyone. But I'll be fine. I will cover it for very quickly. I'll just get a bit of hydration and I'll be fine. I just got back for a very wet football training. Yeah, it is very wet in the UK, I'll tell you that. But yeah, at the moment, Shankster has closed in on O'Rainsey. So now Shankster's next opponent is O'Rainsey. But that should be then it on Shankster's list. And that will be fine. Will be ticked off. So now O'Rainsey defending that very aggressively. He's just weaving around. I think that's a bit. I think he's weaving excessively. You've been great tonight on the extended commentary. Yeah, thank you so much, Father. Appreciate that. That is Oriole spinning out again in the Alfa Romeo. Thank you very much, Rob Coffer. Really helps me. Appreciate that, man. You've been great as well in your races, and let's see what will happen next race. But yeah, so now Shankster is now P7, so yeah, so it's around now 3 more laps left of the race. It doesn't look like there's going to be anything else to happen unless a safety car or a VSC comes out if someone crashes, but nobody saw F1 lovers. It closed back on Mr. Wiggly style. So Mr. F1 lover is going to try fight for P4, but it's going to look very unlikely because he has that 3-second time penalty. Yes, thank you, Gavra Racing. We appreciate that. Yeah, so F1 lover maybe trying to just get P4 on the circuit, but he won't be able to get the penalty. You won't be able to get the overtake done and get 3 seconds a gap extended. A 3-second gap done. As now, I'm just losing my voice right now, but there's just 2 more laps to complete the race, and Pope looks like to seal the win under his bag. One of his first of many wins for Gavra. So I believe it's number 5 for him. So this is going to be his first win first in the Super League, and definitely of many. Yeah, dominant race from Pope. Pope has done an absolutely amazing race. That start from him was a 10 out of 10. Saying he's done a pretty good race. Honestly, I'm pretty proud of him. He's done a really good race. Piero's done a great race. If you saw from last season, he's just been around the midfield from pretty much the whole of the season, but now he's made amends from that and gone to P3. P4 Wiggly Star. Wiggly Star's done a great job with the strategy. The management from his heart's first stint was great. F1 Lover's done a great race as well. Wiggly Star's probably the best shout because P11 to P4 is fantastic. But Volanik's done a great race as well. That start from him was amazing. But yes, now we're going to be starting now the final lap of the Chinese Grand Prix, as now we're going to be starting it. Finally, 24 laps on the hard. Yes, indeed, Robert Godfather arraigns his tire. He might even get a puncture, you know. He looks like, yeah, his tires look like he could get a puncture. His left front rear look a bit of a blister, as well as his rear. So he's around puncture territory right now, Godfather. As well, the closest one to him is MC Coily, who's on 17 laps, but Wiggly Star also starts his final lap. Shanks now looking to start his final lap. O'Rainsy as well. Bonneville as well, but the man was going to be close to puncture territory. Yeah, exactly. He's going to be very close, but I think he's just going to make it on those 24 laps. Bravo. But Pope, the man, the Britman, who is going to his debut in the Super League. It'd be the front right. I'd say, yeah, exactly, the front right with most red. But Pope Tabes, what a race from him. He now goes through the hairpin, turn 15. He has done an absolutely amazing race. He deserves it. Fully he's entitled to this race win. It's number 1 of many. That's P1 for Rob Pope Tabes. He wins the Super League Round 1 here at Shanghai. Two Saints takes P2. Fantastic from him. Piero now down into the hairpin for him. F1 Lover maybe can try and do something, but he cannot. Piero now through the final corner. That's a P3 for Piero. Fantastic from him. That's a checkered flag for him. Checkered flag now coming for Wiggly Star F1 Lover. F1 Lover very close, but unfortunately can't get it. Wiggly now P4, and F1 Lover takes P5. A fantastic race from him, as well as F1 Lover. Wiggly Star making amends from that qualifying, and F1 Lover doing a great race. Volanik as well. Shanks through the final corner. Not a pretty good race, but his pace has been unreal with a fast lap P7. He'll get in from that. O'Rainsy, he's managed to get those tyres through to the end. He takes P8 on those tyres, which are absolutely done for, as Star Kicker is P10 by 0.022 seconds. Bonnie takes P9, Star Kicker P10, MC Coil P11, P12 and P13 are Oriol and Leocat due to Leocat having issues, and Oriol now going to be rounding the final corner to finish off the race here in the Super League. Oh well, that was a fantastic race. Wow, thank you guys for all joining. It's been a very, very long night for me, especially I was expecting maybe a bit shorter stream, but 2 hours, so yeah, I've been here for a long time, so yeah, hopefully everyone's having a good. Impossible to fight with our setup. Piero, you didn't have a setup. You had a default setup the whole time. So Piero's just got P3 with a default setup, hence everyone else got a normal their own setup. So that's another thing to add for Piero. Fantastic from him. As now as 1 second slow compared to my practice each lap. No joke. Wow. Yeah, but good P3 though. But Pope to say Piero take the podium spots, as Wiggly Style does a great race, hence F1 lover as well, Volanik as well. Shanks, a pretty disappointing race, but he'll come back stronger. And I definitely know that the German will bounce back. Rainsy as well. Bonneville doing a pretty good job. A star kicker does in his debut, gets a point. The guy with the most points Super League history right now, XD. Yeah, maybe. But MC Coel, after a really unfortunate race with contact, he ends P11, Oriole P12 after a lot of spins, and Leocal with that tyre issue. I still haven't got a pole. Yeah, you've been pretty slow in that Haas, let's be honest. I'm joking. I think you'll do good in the Premier Series. I've had 66 races to try. Yeah, but until that's the other drivers. But yeah, in the but that ends the. But nice job, Pope. Very well done. Yeah, so that's a fantastic race. But that unfortunately ends the race. And godly hell, I am absolutely sweating from that. But yeah, that was a great race. Thank you everyone for joining for this. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, official Gavra, Instagram, Gavra Racing 91, and make sure to visit our website to sign up for our leagues. Weekend league has about 5-10 more spots, so make sure you can sign in for that if you want to. Entry and all information is on their website, gavraracing.altavista.org, to see our website and GT Sport Leagues, as well as a set of course I believe sets up soon. GT Super League guys, good jobs with comms. Thank you NDM and Nazi, appreciate that. And make sure you watch us subscribe to us as well on Gavra Racing. But that ends it. So Friday tomorrow, make sure you watch GT Sport Group 1, Group A, as now they'll be going to Group A cars round, not sure which circuit, and Group B tomorrow with the Group 2 cars round. I'm not sure what circuit, but tomorrow you'll find out. Make sure you watch the YouTube Gavra Racing for that. If you wish, on Saturday will be the Group 2s, and on Friday the Group 1s. So Sunday is the weekend league. You'll be following me and Lola to take the action round, I believe, Silverstone. Mexico or USA. And then we've got Monday, which is the Academy, I believe. Then on Monday, it is the Academy. Tuesday and Bonnie will be taking you. And then Tuesday, me and Geek Fusion are for the Freshman League Premier Series, Bonneville and Tuesday. And Thursday, it would be the Tiger and who else? Very sorry, everyone. So it would be Dudeski 2000 who'll be joining Tiger. And yeah, that whole weekend. So make sure you join us. But that ends the stream, and I'll see you very soon. Have a nice week, everyone. Have a great weekend. We'll see you very soon. Have a good evening, everyone. Goodbye.